One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is assuming that an email sent is an email implemented. As you may have discovered, simply stating what you want someone to do doesn't guarantee that they'll actually do it. When you give written instructions and find they're not carried out, one or more of the following obstacles may be to blame. Maybe your directions are incomplete, out of order, or expressed in sentences that readers find hard to process, especially if they're trying to perform a task while they're reading the directions. Or maybe your instructions are actually crystal clear, but the reason for following them isn't. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is failing to recognize that whenever you use writing to tell someone what to do, you're really selling them on why they should do it. To craft email directions that get the response you want, keep these 8 tips in mind. Introduce the directions with a clear rationale for them. This doesn't mean you need to write an essay justifying your position, but it's helpful for the person receiving the email to have some context so they understand the importance and the urgency of doing what you want them to do. Give an overview of the task. This is especially important for tasks involving several steps. Let your audience know what to expect, especially if it will take some time to carry out the instructions. Use numbered steps. A numbered list in an email automatically captures attention. It also makes it easy for the reader to raise questions about what you're directing them to do. They can simply refer to step number 2 or step number 3, for instance. Alert your audience to things that go wrong because you know there always will be those things. So advise readers about issues they should watch out for and tell them where they can get help when they need it. Use precise language. Avoid generic adjectives such as many or quickly. Instead, use quantitative language whenever you can to state your expectations. In the case of directions that could lead someone into physical danger or cause damage to equipment, make sure you give warnings or cautions before you introduce the step that could cause trouble. And use an icon or color to draw the eye's attention to anything related to a possible hazard. Group long lists of steps into phases or categories. Use headings or subheadings to break up your instructions and make them easier to follow. Ask for a report if you want one. If you would like the reader to let you know when a task has been completed, then give specific reporting directions. And of course, remember to say thank you. A few words can go a long way toward motivating a colleague or employee, so don't miss any opportunity to show your gratitude. Your thank you will sound most sincere if you express appreciation for something specific. As you craft written instructions, provide plenty of detail so that you don't skip any information your reader needs to execute your directions to the letter. At the same time, keep your sentences as short and simple as you can. The time you invest in making your directions both comprehensive and clear will pay off when you find that readers follow your directions. Just think of the time you'll save when your audience follows those directions without needing to bother you for additional explanation or troubleshooting help.